Hey folks, Jonathan here. Okay, before I get started on what I'm working on, I want to show you where I screwed up here the other day. And let me see. Alright, so here's our manifold. This is like a log manifold with all these air fittings. And I think these are called Chicago fittings. I'm not sure if that's a Chicago too, it's bigger. But we've got valves to turn them on and off. And this thing would run, I was told 3 jackhammers at once. I don't know. 600 CFM, whatever it's made to run. But anyway, so here's what I've done. I couldn't get no air out of this manifold. Now this is like a trap. This is not the problem. I know that for sure. I'll show you where the problem is, where it lies, in this valve. Okay, so this valve actually had a ball valve on the bottom right here, as you can see. And believe it or not, that's a 3/4 fitting. And I fired this thing up. Didn't matter what I did with the hand lever. The valve is stuck all the way in, that way. And this spring was in it. And I took this spring out of it, hoping that the air pressure would blow it out. So I left this all the way in, and then after I started it, got the air pressure on, I came and opened it slowly, hoping that it would force that valve out. Of course it didn't. So we never did get any air actually coming out through this manifold pipe and out to our manifold log. So, me being a fool that I am, I decided, well, since we've got an air port there, 3/4, is we will just hook a Chicago fitting directly into the ball valve. Well, if you look inside, the ball valve steps down from 3/4 to about 1/2 inch. And I hooked this ball valve up and we ran the engine. Now, and I don't mean this engine, I mean we ran the steam engine. But it ran a while, done good. Started smelling something up at the steam engine. Now I got a 100-foot of hose, so I was 100 foot away from this thing. So it started smelling something up the steam engine and looked down this way and seen some smoke. So of course I started heading this way, and I didn't make it very far before this happened. This is my hose. It melted it and caught it on fire. Here's my fitting. This was the fitting on the new hose. And when I looked in here, this entire valve, which was screwed up into here, was red hot, and I mean fire red. So the restriction and 600 CFM coming through that line created a lot of heat. Now it didn't get hot at all, it didn't even burn the paint off up here, but down here in this valve where that restriction was, it just toasted it. So we shut down and we're not doing anything else. So there's got to be a pilot valve. One of these has got to send air to it to actually open this valve up somehow, and we haven't figured it out yet. Looks like there's a pressure relief there. But see if we can figure out if it's this pilot valve right here that's not causing this to open, or what the deal is. So, but we do have it pumping air. That's the good part. And it pumps a lot of air. So anyway, that's where we're at with this. That's why I haven't been able to put an actual running video of the steam engine on yet. We're close, but we're just we got to get something figured out on this unit. So anyway, plans today. Okay folks, about 4 years and 2 months ago, March, I did a first start video on this truck, and I had to look to see when the video was posted to see how long ago it's been, and I cannot believe it's been that long. This is I don't even remember what year, but it's a Ford Cargo. It's got a 7.8 liter diesel, a Brazilian made. This is the air start truck. So a few people have said and mentioned in the videos, especially when it comes to the Harrisburg engine, that I needed a bigger crane, and I agree. So this is going to be our portable crane around the yard. Done a lot of work on this thing, a lot of fabricating and a lot of welding. It's built right. This has got a heavy frame with a subframe above it, and then 5/16 plate on the side of it all the way down. That is about 16 inches tall. It's built like a brick outhouse. How about that? So we've got two 5-inch cylinders, so that's 10 inches. That's plenty of power. The cross member's been supported and braced, and you name it, it's done. And I was building this as a heavy-duty truck. It wasn't going to stay on this particular truck forever. It was just being built on this truck. But we're going to leave it on here. It's a really long wheelbase, so we should be fine. If we have to, we can add some weight to the frame in the center right there in front of the boom, but I think we'll be okay to actually lift up 25,000 pounds extended. That's our plan, is to be able to pick up this these steam engine pieces and move them. So what I'm going to do, and what this thing needs to be operational, luckily I've had the cylinders capped off and everything. We're not going to run the full control valves. We're not going to run the drag winches. We're not needing them right now. The plan is, and the boom is basically done, plated good. So we're going to slide that other boom in, and I'm going to cheat. I'm going to take the easy way out. You know, it's really a common sense approach. It's just not done this way because of the, I guess, the looks of it and stuff. But I'm going to mount the extension cylinder underneath this boom. So there'll be a mount coming down here, the long cylinder, and then on the end of our head of our inner boom will be the other mount for the other end of the cylinder. And what it'll do is it'll actually make it better. When you push out on it, it'll actually be pushing up on the boom, so it'll be help supporting it and help in strength. But I guess they don't do it because it don't look good to have a boom underneath of it. But we're just going to try to do this in a quick fashion and not worry too much about that, and run the hoses on the outside. It makes it so much easier to service it, you know, when it comes to servicing the cylinder and the hoses and all that. So that's what our plan is. We're gonna have to wrap this. This gets banded all the way around to keep it from splitting, keep these welds from splitting. So we'll take one full piece, probably weld it in the center here, and then wrap it and, you know, cut this off, or even put plates out here to bring this out even. We're going to go around it all the way. I've got a PTO for this truck that fits it. The gear is in the transmission, even though it's an Allison. It's a 643, which is the big Allison. I have saved a PTO for it. So like I said, the drag winch will go. These winches here, what we'll have to do is run the PTO back and run a shaft with a chain up to the box, gearbox right here. Just like all the homes. That looks like at least a number 50 chain. I think I got plenty of 50 chain, and then and that might be 60, but anyway, we'll run it up there, and then we'll extend it on past to run our hydraulic pump. Now I was going to run a triple pump on this to operate outriggers, winches, everything separate, and a triple pump running each valve. But what I'll probably do is just run a single pump, and probably just maybe this single valve. We just need boom up and down, boom in and out. Winches are mechanical. The rods are down there. We can hook them up, and that'll get us moving and hauling. And I think it'll handle it. It'll handle the weight. So this is just going to be, for now, a yard truck. And like I said, the inner boom I've got done. It's actually goes inside, and it's also been plated, so for strength. So I think it'll be fine. I don't remember how far along I got on the actual end of it, the sheaves, but we will figure that out. But anyway, we're going to get this thing started up. But that's the plan, is to try to put this together just enough to work it, and, you know, make it do what we need it to do. And as you can see, I've got this brought down to this 1/2 inch thick angle iron. I put plate on top of it, but I also went inside, and it's all plated inside. So there's no way, that's a full cross member. It's on top of 2 4x4 steel cross members. So, you know, there's nothing here to go anywhere. Everything's built heavy, heavier than needed, but that's okay. So, I know a lot of people's waiting on hot rods, want me to put hot rods together, but you know, there's plenty of people on the internet doing hot rods and rat rods and street rods and everything else. Something I need, so this is something we're going to put together. Otherwise I probably wouldn't, but this truck's already together and driving. I lengthened this thing The rear end there used to bolt up here. These two lower bolts is the same place that these two lower bolts are at. So that's how far. I think I put 4 or 5 foot in it. And the main reason is because this is a cab over, and on a conventional cab truck, you know, it would be back here somewhere, so it wouldn't look as long. But anyway, got the air hose down here. We got to go get a fitting to hook to the tank. I got to get some jumper cables or something on this battery, and I think that we'll be ready to try to get this thing fired up. Like I said, it's been 4 years now, and I can't believe that it's been that long. But it was a good truck then, so hopefully it'll still be good, you know. Full antifreeze and all that good stuff, so no problem there. But I've got this, instead of using the gas compressor like I did, I bought enough hose to come down all the way from the compressor at the shop. So we got the big compressor, so we just need to get it hooked up, and we'll go from there. All right, folks, we got what we need here. Little air fitting. Hook it up. Ooh. What we have, about half a pound in it. Well, here goes nothing. Shouldn't take long for that compressor to kick back on, as big as this tank is. Alright, so we got some power hooked up to just the battery, because it don't take much battery, unlike a electric start vehicle. Now, somebody had tried to steal this truck from where I got it from, so the key switch is not hooked up. As you can see, the wires. Now I just got to remember what is what, so I can crank it over. Because that was one of the issues after it had set. Alright, I think it's working. Now we're going to get it cranked over. That's our other problem. Alright, we got her turning over, but we just need to figure out this solenoid. I don't know if it's turning on or not. There we go. Alright, I think that's it. We'll go hit it and try it. Get you all set up somewhere decent without falling down. There we go. I think the fuel shutoff wasn't open all the way. Let's try her again and see what happens. Alright folks, sounding pretty good. We might have a water leak. No, that's water leaking from above. Just got antifreeze. So now it's got a flat tire on it back here, and I know the air brakes are going to be stuck. You know, it's been sitting so long. This tire's off the beat, so I can't just blow it up, but we're going to try to move it. Probably won't move, but we're going to give it a try. We'll just see what happens. Well, it sure moved easier than I thought it was going to move. So surprised, runs good. Got some issues with that solenoid staying in. I may make that mechanical and just run a cable in. And you know, I'm not too worried about the old truck. You know, it's just that it's an old truck, but. It's 150, 140,000 miles on it, but it's got both engine and transmissions been replaced. It was a U.S. government mail truck, postal truck, and I've said actually the title when I bought it was still in the government name, so it was never anything after that. And actually, I took the box off this truck and I used it for storage. It was a 25-foot box, so. Seemed like a really good truck. Tires was really good. They were recaps, but I mean good enough to run. They're probably not now from sitting, but we'll get the other tire on the inside blowed up. And I can't believe it moved as easy as it did. Last time we moved it, the brakes were pretty stuck on it, but it actually moved out this time a lot easier, even though it's been a little bit longer. Last time it was 3 years that it'd sit. Now it's been 4 years. So I've had it for 7 years and have not, you know, got to really use it. So we're going to get it together just to use around here. I needed something that can pick up a little extra weight, and this will be the thing that we have that will do it. And 33,000 GVW truck, and you know, like I said, we'll just use it around here for heavy lifting. And so that's the plan. We're going to finish the sawmill first, and then we will probably back this up there and get to work on it. Appreciate everybody watching. Till next time. Bye.